Okay folks, we're back. What I went ahead and did is I soaked it up with this solution of half water and half rubbing alcohol, the 70%. You should find that at any pharmacy or at Walmart pharmacy. Usually you can find it in any store, grocery store as well, but usually you find it in the pharmacy section. And I put half water and half rubbing alcohol, and what it does, it softens up the wood when you need it to be a little bit more easier to cut, especially if you have a tough piece. But I do it a lot. You just have to be careful. I spray it on. Sometimes I dip it in a solution of that really quickly and backing out, in and out. And then one time with one of the Santas, it did crack. So that's the chance you take when you dip them or overdo it, especially if you overdo it on the end caps, because that has a tendency of soaking it in a lot more than on the sides. This will soak it on a little bit because I have this cut at an angle. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do right here is I'm going to just kind of notch out at an angle here where the boot's going to start here. Okay, and then just take that little corner off. Same thing over here, just take that little corner off and just kind of follow it up a little bit straight in, okay, and just notch it out, because your arm is actually going to come right across here, right underneath the beard. So that's the first thing you want to do. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to kind of follow your outline of your foot there. We're going to take a stop cut, and we're just going to follow the outline of that boot. And we're just going to take a little sliver of, and if it doesn't come free, please do not pull on it. Go back and recut it, okay? When you go to pull on it, sometimes you'll pull it and you'll pull out something you don't want, or some of the wood's going to come with you that you didn't want to come with you. Okay, so we're just doing a little notch just to give us an idea where the boot is going to be. Now, when you spray this stuff, it is going to swell the wood. The wood is going to swell, so you're not going to be able to see those lines as clearly as if you didn't, meaning your stop cut. Alright, so we're going to go down here. We're going to cut this out. Do a little cut there. Alright, I'm going to free this up. If not, I'm going to go back and recut that. I'm using my Rough Rider knives. I use different knives along the way. These two are the ones I'm comfortable with right now. It's usually whatever is sharpest. I have this one. I have Tom Ellis knife. I have just a plain old Murphy knife that's been resharpened really well, and this has been my favorite here lately. It just cuts really nice. So, you know, knives are only as good as they are sharp in my book, and how long they stay sharp. So, you know, it's personal preference on what you want to use. Some people like a pocket knife. I don't suggest that for a beginner because it can collapse on you. I find I cut myself more times closing it and opening it or reaching for it in the box than carving lately. So with that said, we're going to go up here and take care of the box. Start notching in where things begin, okay? And we're going to go all the way over here. I'm going to follow this out to the boot. From the top, we're going to come down. Just notch it out a little bit. Alright? Same thing over here. We're going to go over here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to see how I'm using my blade as a way to keep it straight. You know, instead of doing it this way, where you can get it a little bit wavy. If you use your blade, you can use your blade to make things straight cut in. Especially if you don't have to go in too far. And you really don't with the box. Okay? Alright, that's it for that. And then we're going to notch it at the top here, and we're just going to come down from the top, and we're going to follow. There should be a line here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Kind of where the bow, kind of an idea where the bow is coming. Alright, and we can actually bring that in a little bit. Let's do that. I didn't do that on that one. I should have. Just in a little bit, like there's a little curvature here at the corner. I hope you can see that. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our knife straight in, okay? You're not doing it this way. You're going to do it this way. Straight in with the corner you're going to go in. You're not going to go in this way. You're going to go in this way. Okay, you're going to make it parallel to your corner. And just kind of follow that up and around. Just like you're doing a tassel, you know? Same idea. And when you do the tassels in the corner there, you don't, a certain way you have to hold that blade. Okay, see how we're outlining everything? These are going to be much deeper as we go along, folks. So, you know, this isn't the last cut by any means, but it gives us an idea where everything is at. Alright, so we're going to stop here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in the back here, the back part of the boot. Alright, and we know this is going to be, we're going to just cut it off of, we're going to just kind of go in a little bit this way, and we're just going to cut that out. Alright, just like so. Alright, we're going to do this whole thing here. What we want to do is we're going to go in just a little bit. Well, we can actually follow that with a line. Let's do that first. Alright, we're going to just come back here and we're just going to cut this out. Alright, just like so. Alright, just gives us an idea where things are. Same thing over here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to kind of follow this out around. I should have had that a little bit of a had that drawn for you, a little bit of a turn there. Alright, curvature, and then we're going to come straight down, just maybe 1/8 of an inch or so. Now we're just going to bring the boot in. Alright, just bring it in a little bit, just cut it out. Same thing here, we're going to just cut this out a little bit. There we go. Alright, so that's where the boots are, on the back side. Alright, so we're going to go back up to the head now. We're going to notch where the top of the brim of the nose is going to be. I know I'm flipping all over the place, but this is usually how I do it. And we're going to just figure out where the hat's going to lie first. Alright, so we want to go along with the direction of the line. Okay, you're not going to do it this way. You're going to follow it as with the line. Okay, so push that in. And just a word of warning, make sure you have your glove and thumb guard on, of course, when you're carving. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't use pen like I did to mark things. It has a way of being messy. If you have a pencil, it's much easier to do. I just happen to have a pen with me. I couldn't find the one pencil in my place where I was sawing. So now we're going to follow this line. We're going to put a stop cut. And we're going to bring this up kind of in the same direction as we did over here. You don't want to do it, well, let me cut it first and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You don't want to go this way. You want to kind of follow it this way. Alright, so we're going to take the tip of the knife and we're going to just cut that out. Okay, so the brim of the hat's coming out. We're going to go this way and we're going to bring this down and around. Alright. And we're going to cut this section out. Alright, there you go. Alright, so we have it outlined. We'll be back. We've got a good start on it. At least we know where things are going to go. Alright, we'll be right back.